Alright, it's the evening update for September 23rd. It's Sunday, about 8 o'clock, I think. Suppose I should have looked. But, look at the growth this weekend. Big leaves coming up, lots of leaves coming out, little bushes. We got quite a bit of green going on here now. It's starting to look real good. A few interesting developments. pH is still acting kind of funny. I'm getting close to the 7.6 mark, the blue on the regular pH test, and then on the high range pH test I'm definitely to the lighter color, the purple, about 8.3, tilting over to towards the 8.2 on the brown scale. But it's just acting funny, so I decided to test the pH of the tank inside, and it was at 7.6. Now, we did just add some water here recently after I used some of the water from the tank to start this up, only about 3 gallons. But I'm like, that's pretty high for a pretty well-established tank. I need to get a really solid pH hardness test done so I can confirm what I'm thinking, but I think our water is super hard, and so it has it's really got to fight a little bit to get the pH to drop naturally. So I went ahead and just to confirm it, I tested our tap water, and straight out of the tap the water is 7.6 pH also. So I brought the dosage of salt up to what it should be for 50 gallons. It basically is, they call it a tablespoon for every 5 gallons of this salt. So I've got it up properly for up to 50 gallons. And then I'm going to put some more lemon juice in it. But you can see everything's growing real well. The ammonia level is starting to head towards the 0.25 mark, but still a little green, so we're just going to keep it at 0.50 ppm for the ammonia, and the nitrite is still at 0.25, and we are the 30 to 40 range on our nitrates. And as you can see, the plants have really, you can see in the back by the window behind the light, it's kind of a good shot to give an idea of just how much vertical growth has happened on the, and they're just growing like straight up, the cucumbers. And the jalapenos looking real well. When we pan back a little bit, you can see there's actually green growing in this bed. So gonna have a lot of cucumbers coming in, but I've already got a lot of people set up that like cucumbers. So. But right now the only thing that we're really working on is just getting that pH to drop. So I'm gonna try lemon juice, vinegar, maybe some vinegar, but I'm gonna just try some more lemon juice for now, and see how that works out. So all in all, we're doing pretty good. The ammonia level, I'm wondering, I mean, it is dropping and it's not out of control, but I'm just wondering if the worms in the bed are contributing to the ammonia level, because there's really nothing, in here other than worms and the fish water that I started the tank with. But as you can see, we're getting a lot of variation going on. And I went ahead and put that elbow back on and angled it right, because see how it's a little stiller on this side. We've got a lot of air being bubbled and moved around this side. So kind of getting a three-stage thing where we have the aerator bubbles that are a constant. We have air that's being blown out from that jet, and you can see all of the air that's being blown out of the jet. And when it drops, it really agitates the top of the water, and we're getting just tons of mix. And then as soon as it drains to this other side right here, and you can just see it's like a waterfall in water and just air pulsing through it as it's agitating the top of the water. So we're getting quite a bit of agitation from oxygen. So pretty happy about that. Everything's still working real well, and everything up and down, fill and drain. But pH, that's what we're trying to get fingered out. Pretty neat though. It's amazing how tall the cucumbers are getting and how many leaves they're throwing out. You can get this side view of this, and take the zoom off to get a better shot. You can see how many leaves are starting, new branch. It's really, really cranking. Plenty of food in the bed for these plants. The nitrate level being as high as it is. And not much to complain about. Nothing to complain about other than the pH. Just, we've still got a week before we're going to put fish in it. And so we got a week to get the pH down. Trying to use as many natural methods as possible. So all in all, we're looking good. Found another snail. With the water temperature being as warm as it is, I hope that they don't just breed a colony in here. Either that, I'm going to need some fish that might possibly eat them. So maybe a couple of bluegills we'll throw in here and see if the bluegills help keep that under control. I'm going to get a couple bluegills. But I need them really small. So I might try to rig up some trap to pull a couple of bluegill out of Kiwana, little baby ones. That way they're not too much larger or even larger than the tilapia once they finally go in. That way the bluegill just don't go around terrorizing and killing all of the tilapia. That'd be a terrible waste of money. But that's about it. Getting pretty close to a drain cycle. I know you've all seen it a million times, but you can already see just how much water is rushing over the top of that now, and how much agitation, all of the bubbles that are being created. It's really cranking. So I'll go ahead and cut this off before it gets any noisier, and we'll see you in the morning.